Hi, in this lecture, I'm going to talk about blockchain. It is basically a chain of blocks. What we have created before was a block in this chain. It can be like thousands of blocks in a chain. So here we have data and we also have the previous block's hash. It's just a whole bunch of zeros for the first block because it is the Genesis block and there is no block created before it. And when you look at the second block, it actually has the hash of the previous block. So our hash starts like for 0 and 1578, and it's just the same. And this same logic applies to whole blockchain. So when you want to change data, for example, you have some nefarious intentions and you want to change data on this blockchain, and you just, downloaded all the blockchain on your computer, and can't you change it? You want to do that, and you actually did it, one way or another. So let's say, okay, hi. So when you change the data here, it's going to affect the hash value, but it's not going to affect the hash of the previous block because we didn't change anything here. So since I changed it, I need to mine it again so that we can find a valid hash value. So let's mine it. Okay, it's taking time. Okay, now we got our hash and this looks great, right? We mined it again and it looks like there's no problem. And what if you want to change something on the third block? So let's say changing this block. Okay, so when you do that, since the next block has the hash of the previous block and you change this block data and it affected the hash of this block, and if this is changed, this hash will change as well. This is going to affect all the blocks created after it. So what we can do here is just to mine every single one of them and make everything look okay. So let's mine it as well, and let's mine this as well. So this looks like you actually altered the block's data and there's no problem about it. But this shouldn't be the way, right? Because there's a problem here. You have the blockchain, and does it mean that you can change it on your own and you can claim that, okay, for example, let's say Yasin sent 2 Bitcoin to Ezgi. So when you do that and when you mine it and the blocks created after it, everything will be okay. And you can also come here and claim that, okay, I want to do it like 2 Bitcoins because, I want my 1 Bitcoin back. So can you do that? You basically can do that on your own blockchain. So that's where the distributed systems come in. So let us go to distributed system. Okay, in this regard, we just have the same blockchain, but we have different peers here. Peer A, Peer B, and Peer C. These are basically the nodes that we have mentioned before. The people, the miners who download the data and store the blockchain on their own system. So when I change something here, let us just say changing, okay? It's just a trivial data, don't care about it. So let's mine it. And mine it, and let's mine it as well. So in this regard, everything looks great in your own system, but we also have other peers. And for example, the hash value of the last block is like D160 and goes like that. But on peer B, it is E4, B9, and 0. And on peer C's system, it is E4, B9, 0. This means there are 2 peers who have the same blockchain. And they say that, okay, you have a different system. Your hash is changed. And imagine we have like thousands of peers, thousands of nodes. In this regard, it's just practically impossible to change every single block's information, by going every node. This is where distributed system is really powerful. And there's actually a trustless system here. We don't trust anyone. For example, peer B doesn't know anything about peer C, but since they have the same blockchain, they can just confirm data. We actually create trust in a trustless system because nobody cares about anyone else's blockchain. We have a distributed system and we just compare our data with our hash values with the others, and we can see if the blockchain is altered. And you are really eager to hack this system. So what do you want to do? As we mentioned before, you need to have the 51% of the nodes so that you can change every single one of them, which is, like I said, practically impossible, and claim that, okay, they are all changed, and I claim that, the data is changed and I just want to use it. All right. So that's basically it. But in this regard, we just have some data, but in real world, we have transactions. So let us also understand transactions. When we send some assets, some Bitcoin from someone to another, what's going to happen? I will see you in the next video.